Hey, welcome to Straight Loud Entertainment, 40-ounce cheese reels. The man, the myth, the legend, right above me, Mr. Cheddar. I'm 40, and we're
What's up,
bringing.
everybody?
So what are we bringing today? We're bringing
Today we're starting first little series, I guess. So I guess maybe first one. Or I guess technically depending on how you look at Superman versus and Fantastic Four. But anyway, we're doing the Transformers movies, starting with 2007's Transformers.
yeah, Shia LaBeouf. This is Michael Bay. This is Michael Bay, right? Like,
Oh yes, it
yeah,
is 1,000% Michael Bay.
yeah. This is a great way to like figure out how Michael Bay does things because this is a very Michael Bay flick, or at least
Yeah.
what people describe when you think. I don't know, like, what other movies has he done? I know that we're about to just get
Bad
sidetracked,
Boys.
guys.
The first two or so Bad Boys. He did that ambulance
Really?
with
Oh,
uh
yeah, I saw that
yes,
ambulance.
yeah, what
I saw that ambulance movie. That was crazy.
with Mike
Um,
with Jake Gyllenhaal and whatnot. He's done. What else has he done? He did the Ninja Turtle movies, which we might could do the Ninja Turtle movies next. I think he did the Ninja Turtle movies, didn't he?
yes. No, mate. Yeah, I think so. It should.
I,
I mean, Megan Fox was in it.
yeah. He did the Ninja Turtle movies, which
Megan
we
Fox is like Tim Burton's wife, right? Like just the not
until they
Tim
started
Burton's wife, but like yeah, the other girl. That's always in all of Tim Burton's films.
that. I think it ended up being his wife. But I think they got divorced. But anyway, but it's until they started beefing though, because Michael Bay and Megan Fox had a huge falling out.
Who was a here's another
So that
side note. I didn't know James Gunn's wife was the girl from Peacemaker.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I didn't know until all the people that are mad about the Snyderverse were like, "Man, James Gunn is keeping all the stuff of his wife and all his pet projects," and I'm like, "Oh, that was his wife? Oh, I had no idea."
she's swole. She is swole. James Gunn was just like, look how strong my wife is, guys. It's like, oh, it's kind of cute though. It's like,
Oh yeah, I did start that second season up recently. She like beats up
yeah,
countless men in bars. He did a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. Michael
Michael
Bay, my
Bay.
bad.
That's
That's
wild.
right. Yeah, yeah. And he did Pain and Game wasn't bad.
That's
He's done
dope.
a lot of stuff.
I wonder if it's just his name being
Are his
attached,
movies?
or
Yeah, I think some of this has to be because he didn't do Quiet Place
because
day one. I don't think so. I think this is. I
oh,
think
that's a new one. That's the Quiet Place, the second, like
they said
third
he did the
one.
second one, part two, and day one. But that can't be right. There's no
Oh,
way he did day one.
that makes
It was
sense
different.
because that's with like Idris Elba or something, right?
No. Lupita
Yeah, yeah. But
and all
wasn't
them.
didn't she get saved by Idris? I don't know. I didn't watch that movie.
No. You're talking about Digimon,
Digimon.
Digimon Hosum or whatever. Hansuna.
Oh yeah. Okay. I
But
literally
no,
saw
this
like a
is a
trailer
Michael
and I
Bay
just
movie. I don't understand why this. Oh, he was because he produced it. Okay,
uh
okay. So then a lot of stuff coming in here is stuff he produced.
you know what? Hold up while I go. I know this
We've
is
gotten
very
way off track.
unprofessional, guys, but I'm gonna pull up because this movie we're about to talk about has a cast. There is a lot of a lot. There's just a lot of people that I did not expect to see.
Oh man,
So
there was
we
yeah. I
have
forgot how many people were in this movie.
they were
There was
like
a lot of faces that surprised me.
this is low key kind of like a Marvel Cinematic Universe where they just ask a whole bunch of people, "Hey, do you want some like percentages on this movie, and we'll just pay you through that?" Because there's no way that I mean, like some people like their career started probably off of this, but like there's a lot of people
Hey, I
that
don't think anybody started their career off of this.
I think Megan
Well,
Fox did
ooh,
because Megan Fox wasn't
you might be
really
right. Yeah,
yeah because everyone was
yeah.
like,
This is
"Who's
her
that
only.
hot girl?" And then everyone was like, "She has like her thumbs are weird looking." I still remember that. That broke my heart. In school, people were like, "Her thumbs are weird," and then
She has weird thumbs.
yeah, people used to say that she had weird thumbs to go and like take
I
shots.
think I
Is
do
that
remember hearing that. But like that wouldn't ruin somebody for you. Josh Duhamel. This might have been his first movie too.
it might be.
I mean, not that he's that big of an actor like that, but I mean, I think it is his first movie.
There's a there's a heck of a lot, but yeah, like just to go through some of it, Shyla got was pretty much cemented at that point, but he kind
Yeah,
of
but I
really
mean, he was already a star. That'd be like saying Spring Breakers set off Selena Gomez's career.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because like he was
yeah.
already a star before, like well, at least a Disney. He was a Disney star,
Well, this
and
this
this,
cemented, yeah, this changed up Shiloh because he came out of nowhere with Holes and was like just that guy. But then,
yeah,
because they didn't know anything else before that, like Holes was such a great movie that people just remembered it from it. But then Shiloh
that's
becomes like
great.
the
Yeah,
Transformers guy because everyone like at least when I
even
was a
Holes.
kid. Hmm?
Yeah, because even Holes was like a Disney production, I believe. Like he was like a
Yeah,
Disney star until Transformers, I think, launched him into work. Because after that is when he did like iRobot, and then I think he did the Indiana Jones movie and a couple other movies.
it's yeah, no, it's kind of wild because they have like Rachel Tyler, John Turturro, like a lot of
Oh,
these
actually, you know what?
cats. Hmm?
I take that back. iRobot was 2004. I take that back completely.
Yeah,
So iRobot was technically the movie that got him in the. Well, I mean, but Transformers is like his thing. That's like
yeah.
where he's,
Well, I'll be
yes,
honest. I found out that he was in iRobot, and I definitely watched that movie twice. I don't remember him in that movie.
I do. But that's only because I used to be a massive Shia LaBeouf fan, and
Uh,
I'd watch everything because like Eagle. When was Eagle Eye? Eagle Eye
Eagle Eye
might have
was
been.
good. That's where he was like in a wheelchair, right? And he was just
Oh, that's Disturbia.
uh
No, Disturbia. He's on house arrest.
yeah.
Um, I
No,
don't know
that's
what
the
you're
one
talking
where he's on house arrest and he's like trying to figure out if his neighbor killed some people or something.
about.
That was a
Right.
good movie. I was like, I didn't realize that was like a suspense horror film because I was just like, I just want to
Yeah.
watch Shia move, and then it was not what I thought it was gonna be.
And
Um,
Eagle Eye was 2008. So Transformers, I think, is what kind of what. Well, no, because iRobot was before. Anyway, I don't know.
yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So we're doing.
Yeah, so Transformers, and this is kind of crazy because I didn't remember Shiloh's character being such an, to put it nicely, a big stinky butt. You know what I'm saying? Like when he, like, so this movie starts off with like the military
Man,
getting attacked, right? In like
yeah,
Iraq.
that's I completely forgot how much the military was in this movie and how much
Yeah.
military stuff was in this movie.
Oh,
Like
shout out
it's
to
I love
Fast and the Furious, Tyrese, always
oh
showing
yeah,
up in military
but
garb.
it was almost like a love letter to the military where like they did slow motion shots of them like training and then like the planes and I'm like
The
Jesus,
helicopters
I
flying
did
and
not
stuff.
I did not realize how much Michael Bay loves the military.
Yeah, no, it was. It's definitely one of those films where like you want to see heroic cats that look like they came from like Band of Brothers, and you're all your guys. You got your
I'll say
GI
that's what
Joe
you get to
Commando.
see. I will say that's what you get to see. I don't know if that's what you want to see in a necessarily want to see in a Transformers movie. But that's definitely what we got to see.
You know
Because
what? It's GI Joe. It was GI Joe before GI Joe because they did in the latest Transformers movie bring up
yeah,
GI Joe, which this
yeah,
is kind of what it was supposed to be because you have your GI
yeah,
Joe. Joe is like the main traditional white guy with the army cut, going, "We can do this, guys," and like trying to like direct. You got the token black guy, you got the token Spanish guy, you got the nerdy guy with glasses that gets fucking murdered.
yeah. But I will say when I go to the Transformers movies, the main thing I want to see is Transformers.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which I will argue you don't. There's not a whole lot of. Well, I'll get into this when we get into fixes, I guess. I'll save it for that. But yeah, no, it starts off with like the
Yeah.
military stuff, and them getting attacked by a helicopter. That I will say, they give the helicopter a lot of leadway when it's like an unknown helicopter approaching a military base. I feel like maybe two warnings, and then you shoot it out of the sky.
Well, so like the thing was is that it was unknown in terms of they didn't give out their credentials,
Yeah.
but to my knowledge, they should have been still seen as a U.S. aircraft because of the fact that the helicopter, because of the Decepticons taking U.S.
Uh,
schematics and then transforming, so they probably looked in like red as a United States vehicle that just didn't tell them why they
mm,
were there. And so they're just like, what the heck is this US? And then they got gunned down. So they probably, it makes sense in that regard, especially for like a
fair.
2007 where it's like, we don't got the
If it looks like
technology.
a
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because there's
That's
also
fair.
always like special ops missions and stuff. So maybe they're just like, oh, this guy's might be off the grid or something. I'm going to give them the
Yeah.
benefit of the doubt. But I do get the point that, but they were also chilling. Like they were just like
Yeah.
playing basketball and stuff. And they were like, oh, we're in our base.
But,
Who cares?
but still, the military. I mean, I feel like military should always be. on ready to go. Even if they are playing games like, all right, everyone run to your battle stations or whatever. I don't know.
Hey man,
But
Pearl Harbor, and we still haven't learned from that. You know, what I'm saying like sometimes just like they're not gonna just attack us out of nowhere, right? Oh, they will. When you're trying to win, you're just gonna give somebody the little uppercut without them knowing. Sometimes you gotta win. But you know, it was weird. I did not expect this like long of an opening, and then to be
yeah,
like, oh, we lost people and blah blah blah, and then it like hard cuts because it's something that I liked, but I also didn't like about Michael Bay's style. Um, he brings in a lot of different viewpoints of the situation, but it constantly
mm,
goes back to Shyla, which you kind of feel like he is the main character, but then they also give you other main characters.
yeah.
But
But
they're trying,
probably
but
that on my fixes too.
yeah, this I think they did a pretty good job of like
Balancing
bringing
it.
it, yeah, balancing it and bringing it together because like, oh, because this happened, we have this girl on tech figuring out this thing, and then the secretary is
Yeah,
doing this, and then boom, 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 and you get to see what the Decepticons are doing, which I will say, Decepticons during the first half of this film are putting in work. They're like setting everything up and acting like they know what they're doing, and you're like,
yeah.
yo, we gonna stop this at all? Like, meanwhile, Shiloh's trying to go and date Megan Fox. And shout out to his friend for being completely sidecast. He's like, he just like, hey, I need you to climb this tree like a dingus, and that's it. And like, it cuts to like him. Okay, why does Shiloh's character talk so much trash? Like, and he's supposed to be likable.
That's the whole Shia LaBeouf thing that I think that he was doing, where it's
Yeah,
like a fast talking wise guy kind of thing, I guess. But
yeah.
like, because a lot of those movies I think coming out at the time, it was he had a lot he had a lot of to his character, I guess you could say. But at the same time, I don't know.
He was a teenager with attitude. He doesn't take no crap. He came from the holes. He came from the prison system,
Wait,
digging
but what is it? What is it?
holes.
Does it go straight from the attack on the military base to him in school?
No, no, because it doesn't go. Wait, does it go to school or does it
Because
go to?
his intro is, I feel like, in this classroom where he's doing like we're trying to sell all those things.
Yes, he's trying to sell the stuff, and that goes and gets to
Does it
the
go straight
classes.
from the attack on the base to that?
I think so. Or they might go into like tech into like them trying to find the thing, and then it goes into his like selling stuff and being in the school. Because I know it goes
Yeah,
into
no,
that.
yeah, I think it is a pretty extended piece with the military for the beginning, because if I remember, because that's what another problem with this movie is not that, because I actually did enjoy this movie. I will say that off, because
Yeah,
we didn't even do initial thoughts.
yeah. Well, I mean, our initial thoughts are like this is like a classic movie. It really gave life to the Transformers series because of just the amount of like CGI and the way that they like incorporate. Because this
CGI
movie
is
still
decent.
holds. Like
Yeah, the CGI still is pretty decent.
I like one thing I can tell you just from my recollection from watching this movie is that I did not go and go like, oh, Optimus looks kind of weird. Like I was just like, no, this looks for 2007. This is a pretty like this is what like people like probably felt about like the Avatar, that big billion-dollar industry. It's just like robots look good.
They do, but I will say no. Actually, no, they're fine. No, actually, they look pretty decent. They do look pretty decent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no,
was
no, no,
curious if
no.
you had a criticism because I was like, man, that for 2007, like I'm
I was
looking
gonna
back.
say, the only thing is, at times it's hard to tell what's going on with what they're doing,
Yeah,
but that's more of probably them just adjusting to the CGI at that time. Because at times it's hard to kind of see. There's a lot of stuff going on. Like when they're fighting each other, a lot of
yeah,
times, like in real close hand to hand combat, I'm like, I can't tell who's hitting what
yeah.
of who.
Unless it's Optimus Prime getting mad. Whenever Optimus Prime gets mad, it is like murder spree. I forget.
Yeah,
Like there's a whole if anyone's ever bored, just watch the clip of it's like someone compiled like 12 minutes of Optimus Prime brutally murdering people. And it is not even fair. He's just like sword in the
yeah,
head, rip the guy's face off, throw it away, take the guy's body as he's already dead and just rips him apart. And you're just like, this is our hero?
yeah.
He's
But
giving people 50 hit combos.
my initial thoughts would probably
Mm,
be, yeah, like it is like a decent. I mean, I enjoyed it. I had a lot of time. I had a decent time
mm,
rewatching it. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. I'll say that. My I guess one of my biggest gripes is the movie's like, because I didn't realize this movie's 2.5 hours, I think.
Yeah,
which is crazy, especially for it coming out in 2007. That is
yeah,
crazy. But one thing I remember, I don't know if you remember, like, do you remember the promotions and the trailers and stuff like that, like, or the promotions like leading up to this movie coming out?
yeah, yeah.
Because I remember they like, because I remember most of it was just like that poster of Optimus where you see like half of Optimus's face. Like you, like I don't think you really saw the actual Transformers until you got to the movie, and I'm like, I do remember the first time seeing it being like, wow, this is it's pretty decent. This looks pretty cool. I don't know what I was expecting to see on screen, man, but they did a pretty good job bringing them to life.
Bumblebee
This-
doing his stuff. So one of the things that Michael Bay does really well here is the car chases, coupled
oh
with
yeah, no yeah.
characters not knowing what's going on but making rational decisions in irrational events. There wasn't a time where I was just like, "Yo, why are we acting so goofy?"
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like there was times where even though Shiloh's character kind of has there's randomly character development in this film that does not really showcase. Like Shiloh's character goes from like being this like witty, slightly annoying character to like really maturing and figuring his stuff out.
See, okay, I do have a problem, a slight problem. Okay, well, no, I don't know. I just feel like I don't know how that's necessarily earned. It does
Mm,
he does sort of kind of change, but I don't know what happened. I can't remember. I don't remember anything happening that shows why he would go through these changes other
Bumblebee.
than just huh?
Bumblebee when he was being
Wait,
the side
see that's one of the problems I have with it because like what? How much time does he have with Bumblebee?
the whole time because every time he's trying to go and spit game, Bumblebee is just like, "Yo, we gonna play some
He
music.
doesn't
We
even know
gonna set
Bumblebee's
the
Bumblebee
tone."
at that point in time. He just thinks it's a car. And it's not even that much time he has with this car before. Because I think like what he gets the car,
Mm,
um, then the next day I think he tries to go to that party where there's his friends climbing the tree, and then
yeah,
that night Bumblebee takes off to go tell all the Autobots like, "Hey man, I found Sam
yeah.
Witwicky."
Somebody's stealing my car. I'm
Yeah,
chasing it
two
down.
nine 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 seven.
Yeah, that's
And then everything kind of takes off from that point. Like
yeah.
there's not he doesn't spend a whole lot of time with Bumblebee to earn some of those moments later in the movie. But anyway,
He spends a lot
I
of time with Megan Fox's character because what was it like
he didn't spend
Chrissy or
that much
something?
time with her
No,
because
because
like
they got stuck together. Remember? Because then her phone gets hacked and becomes a Decepticon. Then she gets arrested. That's during the arrested part. Remember?
yeah, but
And
like
then he's like, "Oh, your dad's a bad guy, and that's how you know how to."
but that all that happens over. I mean, because I guess there's not a clear passage of time in this movie, but I feel like all that happens over maybe like a 2 3 day period.
Mm,
It's not like it's been like a month and they've really got to know each other or whatever.
yeah,
Like I mean, between Transformers 1 and 2 maybe, but in the span of this movie, I feel like not. I feel like this all happens over a period of maybe like 4 or 5 days.
yeah. Also, Megan Fox character, like some of these like high schoolers. This is one of those films that does do the high schoolers pretty bad because these are like college students. Like
Yeah,
everything
yeah,
that Megan Fox is doing is like, "Yo, you are way too mature to be acting." You know what I'm saying? Like I was like,
you can. I guess you could maybe because it's kind of it's not as egregious as like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies where those were clearly grown people playing high school kids.
yeah,
But these guys seem like they're like maybe like 21, like they're like freshmen, maybe sophomore college, pretending to be high
yeah.
school. At least it seems more like a little bit closer, not as egregious as
These are like if your school was like truly like overly developed seniors, where you're just like, God, why is
I mean, I give him
everyone?
a pass because the very next movie he's when he goes to college. So I give him a little bit of a pass there to be like, all right, y'all saw. It's not like they're trying to play him off as like it's like freshmen in high school or something like that. So
Yeah,
it's like, it's whatever.
we're
But
middle
anyway,
school guys.
so then yeah, the military stuff happens in the beginning. Then we get to the school introduction to Shia LaBeouf
Yeah.
where he's like trying to sell all his grandfather's stuff.
Which is a weird thing, but it
eBay.
also sets it like it seems like nothing because it just seems like a character trait, but then they actually
Yeah,
make it into something important, which is cool. It gives you kind of a reason, though it also kind of takes away some of the like because then it's like, was Bumblebee trying to like because Bumblebee kind of like shows up as like with
at the
a
right time, right when the Sam happens to be trying to
yeah,
buy a car.
and also it's like the guy who they're looking for in the first place. Also, Bernie Mac in it. Shout out to Bernie, he does a great job.
Also, this is like that's his this is either his great grandfather or his grandfather, right? So then they
Yeah,
had like 2 or 3 generations of Witwickies they could have been looking for, and this
yeah.
happened to be right around the time the youngest Witwicky is getting his license and needs a car.
And I also one of the inconsistencies is that the Decepticons don't even know what they're looking for until
Yeah,
they
yeah,
find out.
but somehow Bumblebee has already knows exactly who to find. Who the Decepticons are still like, we're looking for Ladies Man 21159. We
Yeah.
don't know who that is. But meanwhile, Bumblebee is like, I'm looking for Sam Witwicky, and I know he's gonna come to this car place to buy a car here. What?
Well, they knew that they were looking for a Witwicky because they had the documents of who found the giant man in the ice when they hacked into the
Come on, the
medical.
Decepticons or the Autobots?
The Decepticons hacked into the military bases and they had to go and shut it down, so they had the information.
Mm, mm.
Because that's also when they go into the president thing. But this might be like different
But
areas.
I guess my thing is like, why is this happening now?
Yeah,
Which is it's a small detail. It's easy to get over, but it's like, why? Like there should be something, like something happens that sets something off that then they get alerted. Like I guess maybe you could say him putting it on eBay. Maybe that might have
yeah,
been it. I guess that could be the inciting thing. But um,
yeah. Bumblebee got really lucky though, like because there's no reason that the Autobots knew that this random kid. Because I don't even think Bumblebee gave a crap about Sam. Because he left and then he came back because he had to pretend that he was still a car. So
no, because the first time he leaves is just straight up to relay the message and be like, "Yo, Autobots, come down. It's time to go."
yeah,
And then he goes
comes back to just go and stay undercover as like a car while he's waiting for his team to arrive. So he doesn't even
right.
know that Sam's important to the plot. He just
I
is
think
like
he does though. Doesn't he?
maybe I don't because if he did he would have tried to relay that they need the glasses because they would have already known that he is the glasses guy that has the like I don't know if they ever established that he knew it until the Decepticons were after him, and then they realized that like oh he's the guy who because then Optimus is like Sam we need your
Then why are they with
glasses.
Sam in the beginning then? Then why is he? Why is he? Because why was he trying so hard to be Sam's car?
I think he was
Because
just
you
trying to
remember,
stay incognito, dude. Because
because but he blows up every single car at the car place so that Sam intentionally buys him. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, he could just been a car in the car lot.
actually, I don't
He
even know how
intentionally
he would have
wanted
known
Sam
that
to
he would
buy
have been in that car lot in the first place.
exactly.
Hey, shout out to Bumblebee for being a soothsayer. He doesn't need to say
Exactly.
nothing.
Okay, but can we talk? We need to talk about it for a minute because that's one of the things that we were talking about earlier is the fact that there's so many people in this book. Because there wasn't even a piece of me that remember Bernie Mac was in this movie.
Yeah.
And, yeah,
Then he just shows up and he does a great job.
he
Bernie
owns the
Mac.
scene for like 10 minutes. You get 10 minutes of Bernie Mac, and it is wonderful.
It makes it sucks that Bernie Mac and
What
like
the
Shyla didn't have a movie together because I feel like they would have been great. Just Shyla dealing with like Bernie Mac's like craziness.
yeah, it could have been interesting, but
Yeah.
yeah, because Sam, because the reason why he's even trying to sell the stuff in the classroom is to get money so he could buy a car because his dad is making him pay for a car for
Yeah.
some
He's
reason.
trying to impress the
Even though
girl
they
that
live
he
in the
likes.
old house and then they're
Yeah.
redoing it.
This is definitely one of those Michael Bay things where he's like, "What do kids like nowadays?" And how do and
They like
it's like
buying cars,
they like cars, they like selling things, they like being sassy,
they like
and
eBay.
they like
You
girls that look like Megan Fox, brunettes that bend over
oh,
and
yeah,
look
because they're
hot.
doing that whole old movie trope where like the guy is longing for this girl to give him some attention,
Yeah.
and if they just keep longing long enough, the girl
Also,
will eventually. Because this is this is
they
the
made
stuff
Megan
that
Fox's character very shallow
birth
because
incels all over America nowadays. Is
most
that
of
whole
Megan
thing?
Fox's character development was kind of like, I was shallow. I only liked cute jocks, even though I didn't
Yeah,
like their personalities, but they were
yeah.
hot. And now
Meanwhile,
I'm
you're creeping on me in the background all these years. Now I finally see you, and now I have time to give you time.
yeah. All it
While
took
you've been
was
creeping in
you
the background.
dealing with giant robots and that being kind of cool. It was I don't
Exactly.
know. Her character is hot. Like I think that's just the character description of her character is
Oh
like
yeah, that's part of the reason why she had so much. Why she started beefing with Michael because there's all these creepy shots of her like leaned over a car, her stomach all out, and I'm like, bro, because at the time I think she was I don't think she was I think she was like 17 at the time. I think she was legitimately young at the time, and we're doing all these weird, creepy shots of her like
Uh,
leaning over a car and
I that's unsubstantiated rumors, man. I don't know.
let me see.
It's I think she
Is
was
she straight?
18 because I remember everyone being like she was hot for like an older
How old
woman.
was Michael Bay at the time? How old was the director of this movie at the time? Oh, she's 18, and we're doing all these creepy shots.
Hey man, look at Tarantino. Everyone knows how old Tarantino was during that Hollywood thing, and he got that one girl.
At the very least, all these people Tarantino's obsessing over their feet are like adults.
Well, you know, remember the was it
Teenagers now.
the Hollywood Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and it's like that girl who's like maybe 18, 20, and he's just getting like a real, and
See,
she's
that's the
like,
thing. I hate Tarantino. So anytime you're using him as your defense, it doesn't help your point in my like
well, I'm not using him as defense.
'cause
I'm
I
just
hate
saying
Tarantino
that
in his
like
movies.
I'm literally just saying like that directors do creepy stuff all the time. Right? It's just the nature of being a director, man. Sometimes you
That's
just
an
gotta
excuse.
put your possibly underage woman in provocative
No,
situations
everybody does it, so it's
and make
fine.
everyone
Everybody
question.
does some creepy stuff.
Unless you're James Gunn, then you just don't do it. I mean, shoot,
You,
what was it? Dan Harmon was doing that
I
in
mean,
Community.
James Gunn doesn't because I mean he. If you go back and look at that old Scooby Doo movie,
Yeah,
that wasn't for kids at all.
yeah, yeah. That was that awakened some things. Velma was. That's why Velma became the hottest. Everyone was like,
Megan
"Oh,
Fox was a dancer at a strip club in Bad Boys 2.
that's crazy."
And she was 16 at that time. So we're talking about 4 years. She was like 20 when this movie
Jesus,
came out, which is much better. But she was playing a stripper
at 16
in
years old.
2003 in a Michael Bay movie. Anyway, but that's part of the whole problem is like she was like he over sexualized me at a young age, and like that movie, the being on that set was terrible. If it was like I think it was either her. I think she compared him to a Nazi or something like that, or something crazy. I don't know. Anyway, um, where were we? What were we talking about? What
Well,
was
so
going on?
we're kind of moved through. We're talking about um where I think we're at the point
Oh,
now
because
where
we're at the
like
point where
he's getting
basically,
attacked.
wait, because this is the thing I got to talk about for a minute though is the whole when the Autobots come down. Well, first of all, when we first meet the Autobots, I will say because I think I want to say it's like a good 50 minutes until because I timed. I wish I could remember now because I timed it when me and Kavan were watching it, but like. When you finally see like full-fledged Optimus, and because that's the first time you see a Transformer go from like a vehicle to the robot, is when Optimus really like gets down on you.
Yeah.
Um, and all those other Autobots like
Shout out for the
transform.
random truck with flames that's freaking
Yeah,
Optimus. The
yeah.
goody two shoes deciding to like get a cool decal for his car. Makes no sense. Like Optimus, like everyone else is just kind of like, here, I'm just a regular Honda. I'm just a regular like Dodge Charger or something. And then Optimus like, I'm a truck, but I got cool flames on it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, thanks for being inconspicuous, Optimus Prime.
But then when you get to meet all the Autobots, including probably
Jazz,
yes, I would say I
Bumblebee.
don't know if you want to call it the best or the worst Autobot, but Jazz
Jazz is
racist
cool.
Jazz was
Jazz is
cracking
cool.
bitches. His no Jazz
Jazz
is
is
racist.
cool. No. Jazz was like Jazz.
Jazz is racist as hell, as because every one of these Transformers movies has incidents of some racist little robots for
Hey,
no reason, and
when
Jazz is the
Jazz
first.
transforms, he does the spinneroonie, Booker T status.
He comes out and says, "What's cracking, bitches?" For
Yeah,
no,
that was
I'm
cool.
sorry, what?
Because who else was there? Like Lockjaw or something? The guy who was there was the medic robot.
I think is in one of the later ones. I think Lockjaw is the one with the big gun for a nose or something like that. I
No,
think
there's
I
that
could
one
be.
guy who has like Ironhide or something.
Yeah, there's Ironhide.
Iron.
Ironhide, I think is Ironhide is like the weapon specialist, I think, or
Yeah,
something like
he
that.
was cool.
And
He
then,
had just two giant cannons, and he was just like, "You want me
yeah,
to go and take care of them?" And they're like,
but I don't understand. Okay, but can you explain to me why these different Autobots have accents of sorts, and why Jazz is a black ass robot for no reason? Can
It's
you
easy
explain
to
to me
sell. It's easy to sell toys, baby.
why these aliens from space?
Hey, man, remember in
Why, why,
freaking
who has a British
Transformers
accent?
One? Transformers One, you had Pete Davidson, robot with the Pete Davidson accent. And then you,
That was the last Transformer. It wasn't
yeah,
Transformers
yeah.
One though.
No, it was I thought it was like
Rise of the
Primal.
Beast.
Yeah. Oh no, you're right. Okay, but regardless, they had the dude from like the Himalayas who then had like a Spanish Puerto Rican accent or something.
I can at least buy that because the setting of that movie is New York. So maybe they picked up the local language and someone just happened to pick up a Puerto Rican dude
No, no, no. They were
versus.
remember they were out in the Himalayas because they had to go and like meet one of the guys, and he's like, "I'm studying the nature over here," and then he like turns into he's
Oh
like a
yeah,
jeep, and he just is
yeah,
like speaking like, "Oh, good, yes," like that kind of shit.
yeah.
And you're like, "Okay, all right."
But it's just anyway. But
Well, it
it's
makes
fine.
sense. They
It's fine.
scan what?
But
Okay,
also,
hold on. Can I time out this one?
who's
I
the
have an
first
idea,
Transformer to die? Who's the first Transformer to die?
Jazz, but that's because he got a bad matchup. He picked the biggest guy to fight. But here's the timeout, right?
But why does it
What
have to
if?
be Jazz? Why
What
would it be
if?
Ironhide?
What if
What if? What if what?
when they scan the car, they get the personality? So each car
So
has its own
what
personality.
car
So
was
when
Jazz?
this
What car was Jazz?
was a
Was Jazz?
Honda. It was
Was
like
he
a
a Hummer or something?
no, no,
Was
no.
he Escalade?
Jazz was like
Jazz
a
an
two
Escalade?
door. He picked like the smallest car in the game.
Oh, I'm surprised he wasn't an Escalade on 24s or something like that.
Well, Transformers. What car was Jazz? A Pontiac Solstice. Yeah, this dude was destined to die. He was a Solstice, dude. Come on.
But why was he? Why was it a black ass?
They
That's my whole thing. Is
they
why?
needed to make him because he's Jazz, dude.
No, hey Optimus, what's good? What we doing next, bro? It's like,
And you know what?
you know, voiced that Autobot, right? Rest in peace, Mr. Theo Huxtable. No,
Oh,
it wasn't
really?
Theo Huxtable. I'm sorry, I'm wrong. I'm so wrong. Oh, that was terrible. It was my man from Family Matters. Wrong black show.
Find out
It
it
was the
was.
guy from Family Matters, whatever his name was.
Oh,
I,
Darius McRae.
there we go, Darius McCrae. Yeah,
That's
but
hilarious.
with his anyway, I digress. Yeah, so we beat all. Oh, but no, this is a scene that I actually do have a little bit of problem. It was funny, yes, but I do have a little bit of problem with it. Is when they go back to his house, and all of a sudden the Autobots turn into children,
And they're like
impatient
peeking
children
through.
trying to
Jazz,
get the
don't look
glasses.
through the window.
Bumblebee, be quiet. And they're sitting there, and he's
So the
like,
leathers.
I need like 5 minutes. I'll get the glasses and I'll come downstairs. I'll be back in a minute. And then 2 seconds later, Optimus is like knocking on the window. Have you got the glasses yet? Sam Witwicky, where are the glasses?
Sam, where did you go? You just went into this box. I can't find you, Sam. Optimus, shut
He's
up.
all
Shut up,
two
Optimus,
seconds later.
please.
Two
It's a good
seconds
way
later.
for them to just like really establish how
And they're shining
annoying.
bright old full. Hey, have you got the glasses yet? Let me shine this light for you so you can see better. It's like, bro, calm down. They're
And then when
stomping
that
all over the
dog peed on
place.
him, it's like, don't shoot the little creature. But he just pee-peed on me. It's like,
Oh man, you know what else? We forgot something because this reminds me of one of the puns in the movie where they're like, where his dad sticks his head out the door and he's like, "Oh my goodness, it's a broken transformer." And so we have to talk about that. We also talk about the the Megan
mm,
Fox line earlier where she's asking him, or they're sitting in the car and she's
mm.
like, "Damn, what do you really think of me?" And he's like, "I think there's more to you than meets the eye."
Oh, I didn't. I completely blocked that one out. Because let's be honest here, there's some things that happen in this film that are like the different police that go and harass these kids and
Oh,
like
he's talking
how
about
goofy that dude is.
yeah.
Who has like the freaking
Turturro, John Turturro,
yeah.
Turturro.
Also, they made the cops all over the place. Like when
Yeah.
Sam first like is like, "Hey, my car got stolen." Like, "What are you on drugs?
Oh,
You
that
freaking."
was yeah.
I was like, "Is these real cops? Like, what the hell?" It's
I think that guy's like a comedian. It was like I think that was like a cameo role because I don't recognize the guy, but that was so
no,
extra. It
yeah.
was so
That literally could have been deleted scene. That could have just been
the whole backyard thing could have been a deleted scene.
yeah. Well, no, I like the backyard thing because it also establishes Megan
Was it
Fox with
funny? Yes. The what?
it establishes Megan Fox getting caught by what? Do you have a girl in here? Why are you acting so weird?
Yeah,
And then
but
she's like, "Hi."
what was what was the purpose of that? So they could do some kind of masturbation joke for like half a second, and then all that
Well,
could have been cut.
that, but like it also shows like the parents were like, "Oh, he has a girl here and he likes her and
What
she's
is
really
what does
pretty."
that add to the overall movie? Because what is the name of this movie, Justin? Or 40? What's the name of this
Transformers,
movie? Right. So
Transformers.
how does that add to
You
this
know what?
movie about
Also, here's something that's a complete side conversation. Why were the parents so chill because Megan Fox was hot? It was like
ex-
if it was an uglier girl, would they have been like, Sam, what are you doing? Get her out of here. But since it was a hot
Exactly.
girl, they're like, "Oh, she's hot. Go
Exactly.
ahead, son."
More unneeded thing you thrown into the
Yeah.
the environment.
Just Megan Fox hotness is a part of her special
That's why
character
you can take
traits.
that whole section and move it in the trash. Okay, but
Yeah.
to be fair, did I laugh during those scenes and
Yeah.
stuff? Yes. Did I need it for my 2.5 hour Transformer movie? No.
Well, I'll be honest, they could have taken away the whole them getting
You could have
arrested
cut
by the
40
cops.
minutes from this movie, huh?
Well, they could have taken off the part where the cops come because they're like, "Hey, we found out
Yeah,
that you're," and then they go and arrest them, and
yeah.
then the cars try to save Sam and them, and then they get caught again by the helicopter stuff, and then they leave Bumblebee to get taken. Like the Bumblebee getting taken probably makes sense, but you could have cut like a lot of that part out.
You could have cut that a whole little chunk. But which
Or
see, and this is the thing because I feel like there's not enough Transformers fighting in this movie. Because even that first scene when Bumblebee saves them from the helicopter,
mm,
we don't see Bumblebee actually fight the helicopter dude. Like
or the
Bumblebee
police
goes out,
car.
like Bumblebee dumps them out and then drives off and
Yeah.
then comes back, and then you later see that Transformers in pieces, and it's like, why did you cut that out?
Well, they also did so much of the military and the
So much,
secretary stuff, and then the
so
tech
oh yeah,
things.
with John Voight,
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
super
freaking.
conservative John Voight.
Oh, and then Anthony Anderson, dude. Anthony Anderson shows up randomly.
Another surprise
Rachel
role.
Taylor. Yeah, like they just
And
had so many people
they had
just keep popping
Cornbread
in.
from Sinners in this movie for
Yeah,
red.
that's hilarious. Like he always just shows up. It's like he's
He,
part of like someone else's contract. Like if I'm gonna
you
be
know
in
what's
this
funny?
film,
You know what's funny? He
hmm,
was uncredited for this movie.
damn, that means he was an
That's
extra.
that's how they treat our people. Yeah,
Yeah, he was the voice of Jazz the whole
it's like
time.
he had a whole speaking role, and they didn't credit him for this movie, man.
Not even the mom either.
Well, that's fair because that's a little bit more fair because she didn't. I don't think she said anything, did she?
Yeah, she was like, "Why are these people in my
Oh
house?"
yeah. No, then yes, then she deserves a credit.
It's crazy that there's so much, and like the problem is when you watch the film, even though it's 2 hours, for me, I was like, this all makes sense. Like
I mean, I
all
was fine with it watching it, but it's a slog of a movie because if you're, it feels. I mean,
it
yes, I
feels
was
long.
fine with it, but it feels long. It's not like because there's movies that are long and you get to the end and you're like, oh, that didn't feel that long because things fly by.
Yeah.
I think if they had more actual Transformers fighting along the way, then it would have felt tighter. But like, I don't. My thing is, I don't think you need both of these components. I don't think you need both the military side of it and this small town main character boy thing. I don't think you need both. You need to either pick the military side of it, and we're just doing like these Transformers fighting, or you have this like everyday man kid in it
Hey.
as the main character. You need one or the other, not both, because
Yeah.
then you have a 2 hour movie. Because like you cut out all the military stuff, you cut this movie down to maybe like an hour 30, hour 40. And you can put more Transformers, like more of the Transformers protecting Sam or the Autobots protecting Sam from like the Decepticons, and have more action there.
Yeah, traveling to
But
different places and trying to get past certain things through like either human
yeah,
interactions or like robot interactions. But I
yeah,
will
and then you
say,
can bring in the military a little bit, or the government a little bit, because the government would definitely be tuned into like what's going on. But like, you don't need this whole military background and this whole military plus this government plus
yeah,
Sam would
what
be.
was it? What was it? The Josh Duhamel's character when
Mm.
they show like his wife grieving because like
Oh
he was part
God,
of that thing,
they
and then
do a
like
whole they do a whole thing where he's like, I got to get back to my newborn baby, and it's like,
yeah,
wait, why are we doing all this in this movie?
it was
This is
kind of cool though to have like a giant shootout in like at like Iraq or something.
which
Um,
they brought they as soon as they figured out that this a transformer was attacking them, they ran to a densely populated city in the middle
yeah,
of
I had a
nowhere.
huge shootout with against the Scorpion, and then they were trying to blow it up, and they're like, "Oh, only thing that's gonna work is these big old bazooka grenades," which is crazy. I actually really enjoyed though, like them running away from like a Scorpion transformer
That was
in the
dope though. That
sand.
was dope. The slow motion with the thing
Yeah,
jumping in the background and them like running. I
that dude
mean,
got impaled through his chest and then just got shellacked. I was like, "Oh, we actually have threats out here."
yeah,
This movie did go. Yeah, people can die, and these robots will kill you. And I was like, oh, because as a kid, I don't think I think I'd block that part out, like just this like goofy goober getting
See, I don't
Horribly
remember
kills.
any of the military stuff from younger. Is my thing. Is like
Mm,
I remember Tyrese. I remember Josh Duhamel. I didn't remember they had a whole gang of military dudes in the beginning, like 4 or 5 actual
yeah,
military characters that they focused on. Like they made this is more racist stuff in this movie. They made fun of my man for speaking Spanish.
yeah. Well, you know what? And the thing that really was confusing is that they have like 6 or 7 different. This might be me like adding more. It's probably more like 3 or 4, but like different branches of military. Because you have like the armed, like you have the Marines, which is the guys out in
In this
Iraq.
movie?
Yeah, because then you have the FBI, then you have the special Secret Service that like only knows about the
Okay,
aliens.
yeah, but okay, yeah, yeah.
Because then they have that big problem where they're like, "Oh, we're not giving the Marines guns. Like, you better give us some guns because we're gonna go and take care of some stuff." And then the
Yeah,
special ops guys are like, "Oh, I don't know." And then the people that are protecting the secretary are part of the president's forces. So
yeah,
you have
yeah.
like 4 or 5
We-
different branches of like military, all United
I wouldn't say,
States.
see, I wouldn't say branches of military, but I get what you're saying because, like you said, there's FBI, then there's like the Secret Service agents, and then
There's
you've got like,
CIA because they use the CIA to go and figure out who's hacking and shit. Like
did they have
this,
the CIA in it?
I
Yeah, I
think
don't know,
so.
man.
And then they have
It was
Air Force One, which is the people that protect the president.
which you saw the president in this movie because it's 2007, so the president,
Yeah,
a
just
little
George
shot of
Bush.
George W. Bush.
Yeah, without actual facial
Let me get
thing.
my ding dongs. Where's my
Yeah.
ding dongs at? Whatever he's at, whatever
He
he
did
was
a
asking
real
for.
huge shot at the president. Shout out because like it's definitely like it's definitely like lets you know how they feel about George W. Bush because the freaking waitress is like this freaking guy wants some freaking um goofy pastries. Like
And just looking back at those times, we didn't know how good we
we
had
didn't know
it.
how good we had it, man. We could just go and
As bad
make
as we didn't
this.
know how good we had it. With anyway, because this
You
is
know what the worst part is?
we don't do
They would have
politics over
a Decepticon now. That'd be like an ice truck.
here. An ice truck.
No, ICE.
Oh,
It'd just be a truck, and he's just like, I see some illegal alien, some illegals are over
wait, you notice when the cop guy, when the cop Decepticon car out had on there instead of protect and serve, what did it have? It had like rule and destroy or something like that. Search
here.
and
Oh,
destroy.
I didn't notice that. Yeah, that's
Oh, you
cool.
didn't? It had something on the car. Let me see. Let me check my
You
because it
know, that's
wasn't.
probably why I probably was like, that makes sense. It makes sense. I don't see a difference. Especially when the
What
blades
is?
came out of the cop car. I'm like, that happens in real life. That makes
Oh no!
sense.
It said on there. It said protect and serve. It says to punish and enslave.
I do like that Sam, because of his initial bad word like interaction with the police car that chases him and almost runs him over, Sam's still just like, dude, what are we doing? Please help me, please stop trying to run me over.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's
What's
like
going
in
on?
this yeah, it's like, man, we really out here just going like as long as they stop trying to run me over, I think they'll help me. It's like they're trying to run you over, my guy. Like
Yeah, I
stop.
don't think there's any going back from that. It's not like he accidentally almost ran you over. He was
Yeah.
trying to run
They
you
were
over. And then
and then
that was a dope scene. And then the eyeball comes out and
yeah.
like, yeah,
And then
yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
oh, there's a problem here. This is not what I
Ladies
thought.
man 39925.
That is funny. I think that there's a lot of good comedy bits in here. And I think the
Yes.
movie is really long, but that's just because there's so many changes in tempo. Because anytime you get Shyla on the screen, it's like they gotta go to the next place. We gotta do this. We gotta do that. We gotta do this. But then you
That's my
go to
that's the problem. I mean, like, I mean, I don't know. It's a little bit of a problem.
the
Like,
secretary stuff and like the tech and the hacking, and then like
you didn't need any of that.
yeah, and then they
Because
found out the
ultimately, what did they do? Did they even do any? Because my thing is, look at the final act of the movie, like that big bow at the end. Where was any of those people from before? Where was John Voight? Where was Anthony Anderson?
they
Where
were
was
in the special
they're in the bunker?
tower. They were in the bunker
What were they
fighting
doing? What were they even doing?
they were trying to put out a signal to go and use. They were trying to do
See what I'm
something.
saying?
I think it was like use like authorize special
At this point,
freeze
but at this point,
grenades.
all we're focused. Whatever they did, it didn't even help because all we were doing was Autobots versus Decepticons in the middle of the city.
Yeah, and you know what?
That
The whole
that's
plan was to like destroy the cube and then or give it to Optimus, and then that didn't happen, and then Optimus used the cube on
they shoved that
Megatron to
in
kill him. Yeah, to like blow Megatron up. So like a lot of the plot points were lost when, but it's just a way to show like, we
A
tried.
lot of plot points were lost when we got the movie that we came to see, which was a Transformers
Yeah,
movie.
Yeah.
because it's really not because that's what we came to see. We came to see Optimus versus Megatron,
You know,
Optimus and his squad versus Megatron and his squad. That's what we came to see.
Bumblebee getting his leg shot randomly,
Oh,
that bummed me out because I wanted to see him fight and do cool things, and instead he just got dragged around. And I'm
and there was
just
such
like,
a whole long scene of dragging him around.
with just a freaking vehicle, which is cool in
Foolish.
execution. Because like the way that they
Wait,
executed it was cool, like her like doing like a flip and then driving backwards and then having him kind of like.
it was cool. It was
But
cool.
it's also like we got memories of Jazz getting brutally murdered. Jazz got killed so hard I've never
Only
seen someone.
Autobot to die was the Black Autobot. And there was
Yeah,
only one Black Autobot.
and he got
You
killed
couldn't have
like
picked
without
any of
any
the other
problem
people to die.
against like the most racist, which is freaking
What's cracking, bitches? These joints when I
yes.
rip them apart.
You know what? Starscream actually had one of some of the best shots because he was putting work. He was killing so many things.
Was he? I said,
Because
that's
he
the thing.
was a jet. He was a jet that turned and flipped over and then grabbed all the different planes and was blowing them up, and then turning back into a jet and flying off. Like usually Starscream kind of gets like jobbered, but this time he was like putting in work. I was like, yo, we don't have an answer for this guy. He's killing a lot of our flying air.
And that's another problem that I have because Starscream's a big enough character that I feel like he should have had
A one-on-one.
more. Well, not a one-on-one, just more of a. We should have some character. Like there is no auto. Like he doesn't really come on the scene until Megatron is back, which is like what the last 40 minutes of this movie, and then all of a sudden it's like
Mm-hmm.
Starscream, and he names him as Star. There should have been a
Yeah,
whole thing where Starscream's leading these troops to find Megatron or something beforehand. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like he should have been because he's technically like number two. I think most. I don't know. My Autobot lore is not that great, but I'm pretty sure he's like one of the more well known things. I know he flips back and forth between because there's one time
Oh no,
he
he's the main like because of that old film. That's not old. The film with the animated one, and they go
I
and
know
show
because I
like
know in the cartoon, in the some one of the many cartoons, I think. 'Cause I know in Beast Wars at least he switches teams and like joins the
joins the
Primals
yeah
for a little bit, and then like flips back to the Decepticon side. But like my thing is, there should have been a whole thing because we're not because it's not a Transformers movie till the end. But there should have been the stuff with him in the beginning, so that when he gets to when Megatron comes back and he talks about how garbage Starscream is, we actually have an emotion to that. You know what I mean? Which
yeah.
speaking of emotions, the whole thing because like I was saying earlier, like Sam spends not a lot
Ratchet
of time.
Ratchet was the guy. Sorry, I'm looking at the robots right now because I was like
Ratchet
really
was the medic, right?
yeah the medic. Sideswipe was one of the was the police car.
Mm.
Hold up, they might have then they actually messed up. They had all the ones that like I needed to know, and then they put all of them on the screen, and I don't remember which. I was trying to remember what that big guy with the giant freaking like battle armor thing. Trench? No. There was
Trench was
some.
the truck. Trench was definitely the truck.
Yeah, there
I
was
think
some. Okay, low key. I'm like looking at all the robots that they've had
Ironhide
so
wasn't
far.
the truck, and Trench was the truck.
Dude, I want to just like, why is it so hard? You would think after this time period they would be like, hey, here's 2007.
Oh no,
All
I'm
the
so wrong. Trench was in the second one.
yeah,
Yeah, Trench was like a digger thing.
yeah. But they had the other guy that was like a. They had like the one thing I liked about the Decepticon robots is that they all were scary looking.
But that's my thing is I couldn't tell you which one was which
Yeah,
because
because they're all just big
once
and
once they become
dangerous looking.
once they become like the actual cyborg, whatever you want to call it, then there wasn't a lot of like Optimus. Besides Bumblebee being yellow, Optimus having his flames and stuff, like everyone
Ratchet
else
has
just like these
yeah.
same humanoid things. Like I couldn't tell you who was who. I couldn't even tell you. Yeah, I can tell you any of the single Decepticons. I don't even know if the Decepticons even turn into the humanoid thing besides
Yeah.
Starscream and Megatron.
Remember when they were chasing
Besides
Prime
those
in
two.
they were going on the highway and then he transforms and then Prime transforms and then freaking like murders the crap out of one of them.
Oh yeah. Which side note? Because when Optimus is running away from the military or from the CIA or from whoever Sector Zero, whatever the
Yeah.
hell they were called, tell me why he decides to run away instead of become a truck and drive away. Tell me how that
Mm,
makes any sense to
yeah.
have him run. I'll hold the kids with me. No, put them inside of you and drive away.
Whoa.
What we do?
Whoa. Put them inside you. Whoa. what type of fanfic are you writing? Oh, kids get
but
inside.
but I will say Michael Bay did make that first moment very epic when you do see Optimus transform and you hear those.
You know what? Here's another shout out to effects. When the ground collapses when you're showing what happens on Cybertron and like the war that goes on in Cybertron, and they're just
Yeah,
like standing and then the ground collapses. I was like, this is cool for a 2007 film. Like
yeah.
I'm definitely not giving credit to a lot of it, like or like this time frame because I'm assuming that it's like I might be treating it the same way that people view Casablanca. You know, like oh back in that time there was no way that they could have good graphics. But no, like seriously, like this film felt like it held up pretty well.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, you're right about the sound effects, the Optimus coming on screen, him talking, him getting real close into their face, and just showing like the size difference, and he's just like, "Hello, humans, I am
Are you
Optimus
Sam
Prime."
Witwicky? Sam Witwicky, where are the glasses from your grandfather? And it's like, oh
You
man.
know, so are you ladies man 2454 631? No, you know what? You know, someone
We didn't.
deserves a lot of money for making Bumblebee not be able to speak and have to use different things.
You know what's crazy is he gets his voice at the end, and in the very next movie, he doesn't have his voice again.
Yeah, because they were like, we don't need to do that. They were like,
Like this is people love it when he uses his radio to talk. So let's just mess his voice box up again, even though because this is probably back in the time where it was where you make one complete movie. You don't make that's why Megatron effectively dies in this first one,
yeah,
right? And like Bumblebee gets his voice back because they wrap up everything and make it a boat because they weren't like, hey, let's make 10 of these. They're like, hey, let's make one Transformers movie. And after that, they're like, that did really well. Let's make a bunch of these. And
yeah,
then everything is like a sequel tied into a sequel. And then you have the whole MCU, everything's got to lead into something else thing. But like that,
yeah.
this first movie was made as one complete, probably supposed to be a one and done, which
Well,
that's probably again why it was like 2.5 hours. Although I think every movie after this is like 2.5, 2:45. I think one of them hits 3 hours. I think I don't know. I don't know why. You know what? This is gonna be a slog.
well, you say that, but let's be honest here. The one thing that Transformers movies always have done well is having the cars transform into robots that then punch each other, and then you see the metal pieces fly off.
I hope there's more of Transformers punching each other in these next movies. I can't
Dude,
remember.
there's one where they literally, it was like five Decepticons versus Optimus in a forest, and it is
Oh,
just them
yeah,
throwing
I remember
hands.
that one. And Optimus pulled the sword out.
And he
Yeah.
like, but the thing is, like, so sometimes these movies are really, really good at like the robot fights, and then sometimes, like, the thing that I don't like is they do kind of like the Godzilla kaiju battles, where it's like,
Mm.
let's get our tanks to shoot the robot, and I'm like, that's cool, but like, I'm not gonna root for you guys to win. I want to see the robot fight the other robot. Like, I've never,
It's like you have a Godzilla movie and you have more people, and it's all about the people instead of about Godzilla fighting
yeah.
kaiju.
When you're a kid, watching Godzilla films is you watching giant monsters fight giant monsters.
Yeah.
But when you're an adult, you actually start to enjoy the bureaucracy of regular people trying to go like, okay, how do we got to go and tell the safety department to go and move all the people out, and we have to go and get them out of there within like Shin Godzilla does a great one of just all the
Does it?
different. Have you seen that?
Mm.
Okay, have you seen Godzilla -1?
Nope.
Okay, so basically, Japan likes to do this thing where they go and talk about the shittiness of Japanese bureaucracy, and how like even though the Japanese people in charge all like will die on their sword, sometimes they try their best to not create a problem. Like we'll never go and get everyone out of Tokyo because no one's ever going to go and attack Tokyo, and then like this giant like land creature just destroys like so much of it, and they're like, oh my god, we just cost like a lot of people lives, and we just messed up, and I have to apologize, and like don't apologize just yet. We need to figure out. We have to write a perfect statement, and they have people going like, no, we don't need to worry about that. We need to worry about the giant monster that has attacked us, and what we're going to do. And like, well, we can't blow it up because we can't kill creatures because that looks bad for diplomacy. Like, it's all this like fun stuff where it's just
Mm.
random people saying stuff to create time delays in how to deal with the situation, which is
Mm.
kind of the point of like a lot of the Godzilla films, which is kind of the same here, where it's like, hey, I think there's a hack going on, and it's not from any of these countries because they did have like a whole thing in Transformers where it was these countries are all ready to like shoot each other because they all think
Yeah,
someone
because
else is
they were there was a point where they were getting ready to like counterattack
yeah.
Russia,
Russia and
maybe.
China were like working together to fight America or something, or like
Yeah, but then they're like, oh no, it wasn't any of these people. This is some kind of live virus that's like, which we also didn't talk about the transformer that only turns into like boom boxes and stuff, and then
yeah,
like the
yeah, that little
like, it sounds
crap
like
ball.
Donnie from the Wild Thornberries.
Yeah, yeah. He killed a
It's-
lot of
it's
people
just,
too.
he did. Oh
His
yeah,
co-
because he killed a whole like six people came to attack him, and he killed them
he
one by one by
okay.
one.
Well, problem was that they were like, here's the people that protect the president. He washed them. He
Yep.
killed with like regular blades, and every time they saw another person die, they weren't like, "Hey, there's like four people dead down here." They were just like, "Let's go in there and check." Oh, then another guy goes, "There's three people dead here. I'm not gonna say nothing. We go in there." Oh, I'm like,
And then there's no camera anywhere.
yeah. You're telling me the random Marines in Iraq are more trained to deal with like something than like you know, the personal bodyguard of the president?
Hmm?
Like anytime someone dies, they should be
Maybe.
like, we got like four casualties down here, so we need to go and have a better security of the president.
That's true though. They would be better at situations like that. But I think if you're talking about like, taking on a threat, I'd probably well, if they're high level Marines, I'd maybe go with them over any Secret Service agent for sure.
Anyone that's around the president at this time has had to have at least been in the military for long enough to be somewhat capable.
Oh yeah, that's the
And
thing.
let's
Well, you
be that robot got beat by the Secretary of State, right? The Secretary of Defense, whatever that guy was, the old man.
John Voight.
Um, yeah, the freaking hacker guy, and then that random girl that was like also a data analyst. Like that robot got beat by like those three people. Oh, and then
Yeah,
like the random extraterrestrial guy in the tidy whities.
I don't remember. Oh, wait, you talking
Because
about
when they're trying to
Killer?
protect when they're trying to go and put in the like disarm the launch codes or something,
Yeah.
or like send in a like a
Put it
launch
in the bunker.
strike.
And the
Yeah, they're
thing
in the
tries to
bunker. Yeah.
yeah. Which do you understand what they were even trying to do in said bunker where he had to get Morse code and do this and hack do you understand
Oh,
any of that was going on?
I think
That's
what
why I'm
happened
saying
was that they were gonna go and send. Oh, they were gonna drop a nuke. I think they were gonna do like a nuke or something to go and like attack,
really
and they had to go and stop it or something because someone
see
had triggered something.
they were saying so much jumble jabble jargon.
Yeah, well, it's like
They were saying a whole bunch of nothing in that scene that I was like, I don't understand what's going on. That's why
yeah,
you can take that and put it right beside the backyard scene
yeah.
and the trash.
I mean, honestly, yeah, you could have probably taken away like the military's need to like even worry about anything else because the
Oh
cube seemed like the most important part, and you
yeah.
could have just been like, we gotta get the
From
cube
that
away.
point, the thing is, if you cut out the hackers,
Mm,
then you can keep the military stuff. You cut
yeah.
out the hackers, you cut out the John Voight CIA stuff. You can keep the Turturro thing because that thing kind of makes sense, the secret agent thing, and use that as like a bridge, I guess, between the military storyline and that storyline. I guess somehow, but like,
Well, you make the special alien guys know more and
yeah,
be
just have,
able
have
to.
them know more. Then you don't need the hacker stuff because that, like I said, this movie did not need to be 2.5 hours in any way, shape, or form. You can cut
No,
down a lot of fat and make it more digestible. And
yeah, but like I will say, seeing this in theaters was probably amazing. I gotta be very careful. I don't want to swear it for the kid audiences, but
so 2.5, maybe because I am getting more selective about my time with movies
I
for
mean, let's be
like,
honest. We watched Godfather, right?
huh?
Have you seen Godfather, right?
No, I have not.
Oh, it's a fantastic movie, and you can sit through the whole thing.
I probably, unless we do it for this, I don't know if I'm watching Godfather.
Wait, have you never seen? Have you ever seen The Godfather?
I remember we had the whole box cassette tape at my house, but I
You
never
never saw?
watched.
All
Nah,
right.
man.
Well,
We
congratulations,
had the VHS
everybody's.
cassette box tape.
The Godfather series I've watched 3 or 4 times. Except Godfather 3 randomly. I've completely skipped that one because Godfather 1 and 2 are complete movies. The third one is kind of like people love and
I think I
hate it.
always thought it was in Italian or something like that, so then I never watched it.
Oh, I mean sometimes they speak in Italian, but it's like
Yeah,
not much.
yeah. But growing up, I always thought like this movie had subtitles, and like plus I thought it was like one of my parents' movies as opposed to like a movie I'd want to watch. So I was like, nah, I'm good, bro.
No, no, no. So the thing is, The Godfather is like, all right, here's gonna be like a whole nother side note because I know that we're talking about Transformers right now, but um, Godfather, the movie is so well casted, so well made, and so
I
well
say,
designed. Oh, dude, it's crazy. Like if you like dialogue and like people saying stuff and you not knowing how smart a character is until you like watch it a second time, you go like, oh, they already had known because they had already said that they were doing this to figure out this other thing to see who was betraying this person or that person. And it is crazy how good it is. And it's also like just the dialogue, the things
mm,
that are said, and the amount of uh, talking, like disrespectful talking, drug talk, just everything about that film is crazy. But it
yeah,
is
I mean,
long.
I gotta watch it at some point.
No, yeah, but let's go and deal with the fun Transformer stuff. Because let's be honest,
No,
I think the only
I
fix
mean,
they really needed to have done is they shouldn't have killed Jazz so early, man.
they
Him
should have
against
killed Jazz at all. If they're gonna kill one Autobot, it should not have been the Black Autobot.
it should have been
That's
Ironhide, dude. Ironhide was just
right,
pulling out
because
guns.
Ironhide was the weapon specialist who would probably try to take on Megatron
Yeah,
rather than
and Megatron would have just went up in his
yeah,
face and just went pop, pop, pop.
I want a piece of you, Megatron. A piece. How
Yeah,
about two pieces or whatever, whatever
yeah.
joke
Oh
they
yeah,
made.
just ripped him apart. Jazz's death was so sad because
Oh
Jazz
no,
was like trying to
no, wait.
fight.
Jazz was like, "Do you want a piece of me?" And how to, and then Megatron was like, "No, I want two pieces," and it ripped him out, something like that. Anyway,
Yeah,
go ahead.
he literally manhandled
Ripped
him.
him
It's like taking like a flyweight in like the UFC versus like a super heavyweight, and just be
in half.
like, oh no, it's Brock Lesnar versus the Hardy Boys. Like it's just like
Yeah, Lesnar versus Rey Mysterio, or Batista versus Rey Mysterio. I thought you were my friend. You
destruction.
were supposed to be my friend.
Or whenever Kane would show up and just take out one of like the cruiserweight division guys, just that whole run. But no, it was just a little. Also,
Your only fix that you think it needs is not killing off Jazz so early.
yeah, you know what? Actually,
Oh
the
man.
parents existing in the film kind of were a little annoying. Um, because it
Tell me how
focused.
Sam was able to run out to wake up in the middle of the night, scream at the top of his lungs, my car, somebody's stealing my car. And his parents didn't wake up at all.
No,
No, nobody in the neighborhood was like, what the hell is that noise? Nobody. He was
no,
just yelling and screaming, my car, mom, dad, call the police, my car. And they just slept right through that.
yeah. Oh, you know what?
Imagine it was
That is actually probably the biggest fix is that either don't make the parents be at home so that way we know that he's by himself. You could have literally just had them
Minnesota.
go off somewhere, and I would have been fine.
And then bring his parents in the second movie.
Yeah,
You could do that for when they're taking him away to school. But no, but my thing is,
you could have just had it connect to holes. So he stuck out somewhere else because he's still in
family
trouble.
yelling at.
Yeah.
Yeah. But see, well, my fixes would be like I said, take out the backyard part, take out the hacker stuff, maybe even from the beginning, either have it be about the military or have it be about Sam Witwicky. One or the other. Don't do both.
No, no, no,
Don't need all that military stuff at the beginning, bro.
no, no. Keep the backyard stuff because it shows how goofy the Autobots are.
No,
No, no, no,
but
no, no,
name
no. Because
a time
there's
before or after that scene they act that goofy.
no, no. Here's the
Even in
reason
other
why you take.
movies, name a time before or after that scene where they act as goofy as they acted in that scene.
Um,
Never again. But we'll find out because we're gonna watch all of them. But we'll
I mean,
never
it
again.
shows their personalities though, and it lets them interact, which I actually enjoyed about like them going like, no, don't. It was like Ironhide, don't liquidate the small animal, or
Don't
like
stop. No,
he
he
says
says stop lubricating the cat.
yeah, stop lubricating the dog. But no, I thought that was funny. The thing is that the thing that actually makes the scene draw out for so long is not only do they get caught behind, but then the special alien force comes in and then goes and arrests everyone anyways. So even though they find the glasses, that's when they get arrested, and then the bot is still in the cell phone, right? So now the bot cell phone is still inside the thing. Then they have a car chase that then goes into
I don't have a problem with any of that. It's mainly just the backyard stuff of Optimus stepping all over things. Be like, "Where's the glasses? Where are you done with Wiki? Are you done? Are you
I
Sam?
like
Hurry up,
that. I
Sam!"
like that because I was just like, God,
Did it make me laugh? Yes. Was it completely out of character for these characters? Yes. Well, I feel like they could have found other ways to show you some of their
Well,
actual
Optimus kept going
personality.
like, "Time is of the essence. We gotta go," and they don't have a rapport. He's just like dealing with these weird little creatures that he doesn't respect,
My
which is
thing
cool.
is, either he's got to not care at all and be like, "Yo, smashing out, like pull off the roof of the house and be like, yo, where are these glasses at? We need to go. We need to get
Yeah.
out of here." Or he follows the plan and is like, "Yo, let me be chill for a bit." What are the other? Yeah,
Well, don't forget
yes.
though, they have the part where they have to save the kids from being caught by the thing, and the only reason why they get caught is so that they can go and reveal that Megan Fox's dad was like a thief, stealing
Which what
cars.
does that have to do with anything? What does
Nothing.
that? What does that
You could
add to
literally
anything?
take that whole section,
It's-
and Megan Fox's character would still say hot, still be interesting,
There's
and then
none of that is needed.
she could say that stuff when they're driving. She's like, "Hey, Sam, I just want to let you know that, like, the reason I know
Why?
about cars is
Why say it
because
at all? What does that have to do? What does that have to do with anything with this movie? Her dad being used to steal cars. What's that got to do with anything?
it
Nothing.
just makes her look more bad, like bad, like, oh, she's a little dangerous firecracker.
Yeah, but
Ooh,
it adds
spicy."
the central theme of this movie is, or the central byline of this movie is Decepticons want the glasses because no, the Decepticons want the Allspark, and the Autobots want to stop them from getting the. Or no, wait, they both want the Allspark. I don't know.
So
What is
the things that they
Megatron?
want is that they need the Allspark. In order to get the Allspark, they need to know where Megatron is. In order to find where Megatron is, because that's where the Allspark fell, they gotta
And
go
glasses.
and get the glasses that can give the map to show. Which the funny part is, they figure out where Megatron is without the glasses, and the Autobots take longer to find
I don't think
Megatron.
it was because I don't think it was to help. I don't think it was supposed to help him find Megatron. I think it was supposed to help him find the Allspark, which
The
it didn't
Allspark's right
even
next
matter
to
because the
Megatron.
government had the Allspark,
Yeah, and it's right
so it
next
didn't
to
even matter
Megatron
anyway.
in the first place. Yeah, and then the fight
Yeah, but
in
the
the
government
dam.
had Megatron and the Allspark. They had them hidden in the Hoover Dam.
There's a lot of things that they could have like cleaned up a little bit and taken a lot of these
Yeah,
plot points and just streamlined it. The problem is that the way Michael Bay does his films, the way I've noticed, is he likes to throw a lot of stuff so that you're constantly looking left and right. Like, we gotta go
mm,
this way. Oh no, we gotta go this way because this thing's happening. Oh, we're going this thing, and then this
that's
guy's gonna
just
attack.
treading water. Yeah, we don't need to
Yeah.
tread water, man. We need to go or
Because
stay.
you had a global crisis of like different countries
Mm,
about to go and shoot each other with like nukes. Then you had Decepticons versus Autobots. Then you had Sam in Love Life. Then you had
mm,
parents and Sam thinking that he's masturbating. And then they had alien
mm.
people, and Sam's dad is grandfather's not crazy.
Yo, you realize that this movie, because you realize that they say this movie that cars come from Transformers.
Yes, because all the technology was
They
increased from
reverse
the
engineered
Allspark.
everything after they
Yeah.
captured Megatron, basically. So cars, I think microwaves, TVs, all that stuff
Which
came
technically,
from Autobots.
you know what? And technically speaking, if they use the Allspark and
Very
it
powerful.
creates evil robots, right?
Why did Optimus want it?
No, no, no.
Because
How were
Optimus
they
is big.
able to use the technology from the Allspark, create evil robots, but then use the evil robots' technology to build cars? Because then that means they would have had times where they had to fight evil robots that were spawned in from the Allspark.
Didn't make any sense.
But you know what? I will say it was
The
kind of
second movie
cool to.
makes sense. The movie made no sense.
It was basically them kind of go like, "Oh, this is how all the robots are made." But I'm like, why are they all evil? Can't we have like one good guy?
Yeah. Where did the Autobots come from? If everything the Allspark produces are evil robots, where did the Autobots come from then?
There's just one. It's like the opposite. You know, like how like sometimes people are born evil. Like you just but like all like it's like the idea is like everyone's born good. It's like robots are all born evil
Yeah.
except Optimus Prime, who loves everything.
Right.
Or maybe the Allspark was just evil in the first place.
I actually, you know what? To be fair though, what it might have been too is because it's not like they knew how to use the Allspark. They were just zapping it with energy or something like that to get it
Oh,
activated, right? So maybe it's
yeah.
like they're not just maybe there's certain buttons that you can hit to get good robots versus bad robots versus I don't know something else. And it's just because they're just hitting them with energy. It's just it's like
Or
if you hotwire a car, you're not like really starting the car the way. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I
well, because
don't know.
then you know
Nothing
what?
for you.
Maybe it's because all the things that were zapped were never treated with love, so they just came out evil. And
Like
it's
a Nokia
actually,
phone.
yeah, the robots were social constructs. You have to actually treat them kindly. if you love your toaster oven, it's gonna be a very sweet toaster oven when it gets all sparked.
Maybe.
I
But
would have
then,
loved some nice robots that were brought into this.
yeah, it would have made sense just to have one of them come out as nice or just I don't know. But anyway, man.
Every other shot turns something in nice
Yeah,
or something
something
evil.
else. But anyway, you got anything else you
Uh,
you got to say about Transformers?
uh,
This next one?
I will say that this movie does a great job of bringing anybody into it because there's a level of realism with a level of like fantasy. And the one thing that Michael Bay did was try to basically include anyone interested to be like, oh, there's me, or like put like everyone has a self insert. Because one of the cool things that Michael Bay did in this movie is the shots of different characters. He would go and have a single frame of their character, so like them looking like this, or like them
God,
going like this, and it would
that's Michael
show.
Bay for you.
Yeah, it'll just switch between instead of having like everyone like how we're like even have like a split screen, right? You would just have
Yeah,
one picture of like me going like we should do this, and then it goes right to like Sam going like no we should go do this, and then there's another person going like yeah but I just went in here and I did this. So each person's having their own hero moment, which is fun. um, it's kind of it gets a little too crazy because sometimes it will go like
yeah.
cut, and you're like, holy crap! Even secretary is getting a hero moment for 1 second. Um,
The
but that's kind of
robot.
yeah, but that's what I think what he was trying to go for is that like anyone who watches this film can like see one person and go like, oh, I'm the hot girl who likes jocks but actually should like the nerdy guy. Oh, I'm the
Yo,
nerdy guy who likes.
side note.
Hmm.
You ever heard the Bechdel test?
Oh, where the if two girls talk to each other.
Yeah.
They
Two
didn't have
girls.
that.
They did it. Because me and Kumar were watching it. We're sitting there waiting. We're like, yo, because there's a point in time. First of all, because the two women have to be on screen and to have a conversation with each other that has nothing to do with any of the men in the movie, right?
Yeah.
The closest we get is Sam's mother talking to Megan Fox about Sam. Because
Yeah.
there's a point in time, because even later in the movie, there's a point in time where they're all on the helicopter and you've got Megan Fox, you got that hacker lady, you got Shia LaBeouf and Anthony Anderson, all of them. And there's a chance where Megan Fox could have talked to the lady. They could have said anything to each other. They don't say a word, single word to each other. The only thing that happens is the lady says something to Sam where she's like, "So, how you guys doing?" And she doesn't say anything to nothing to Megan Fox at all. I'm
Not at
like, yo,
all. It's actually yeah. No,
bro,
there's a lot of
this is
times
no.
where
And there's no other female characters in the movie. It's just those are the only two, and then the mom, and that's it. There's no other
yeah.
women in this movie at all.
You know what's messed up though?
Three women.
When they had the female transformer robot, like
You
that,
talking about the next one?
I think in the next one or in the
One
newest
that's
one.
like that's an actual human person that turns into a transformer at some point.
Spoilers, I didn't know that.
My bad.
Gasp, gasp! We got Terminators out here. Oh snap! Where's Arnold at?
My
No,
bad.
no. It is actually kind of crazy that it like did any black people talk to each other?
What black people?
Oh
Tyrese
yeah,
is the only one.
Tyrese. No, the hacker guy.
Tyrese and Jazz. When did Jazz used to get a chance to talk to Jazz?
Anthony Anderson. Remember?
Oh,
Because he was in there too. Did they
they
have a
never meet. I
conversation?
don't think they ever meet.
Were they been in the helicopter at the same time? Because they all get into the bunker at the same time.
The point where the part where Josh Duhamel threatens the president. I don't know if Tyrese or threatens the Secretary of State, and then
No,
or
Anthony wouldn't be in
threatens
there.
Sean Testro, and then the Secretary of State is like, "You better give him what he wants." I don't know if Tyrese and Anthony Anderson are both there. I don't remember, but they don't talk to each other. I would love to have seen what Tyrese would have said to Jazz. Oh, that's my car.
Okay. You know
That's
what?
right.
That's the actual fix. I'm sorry. This is sorry, guys. We're doing an actual fix. All the black people should have hung out with Jazz because he's black, obviously. And then let's go
They all hop in
even
the
more
car and say,
racist.
"Oh, this is my right here.
So
This is my right."
Optimus only talks to Josh Duhamel and Shia LaBeouf because Optimus doesn't want
He
to talk to
refuses to
anyone else.
talk to Tyrese. You are inferior.
Even Optimus
I
doesn't
do not
talk to
treat
Jazz this
inferior
whole film.
humans.
Optimus is like, Jazz, wait in the car. Get out of here. We don't want your kind here. No. Since there was no girl robots, none of the girls get to talk during the film.
Oh, you
But
mean the
then
one way later that's in like the New York one, The
the New
Rise of the
York,
Beast?
well, the one
Because I
with
think there's a
Pete
female one
Davidson.
in there that's like a motorcycle.
Yeah, the robot, the pink robot girl.
Apparently, I heard this. somewhere that like there was supposed to be some female Transformers in this one, but they couldn't get the logistics right. They thought it looked too. They couldn't get. They're like, oh, it wouldn't make any sense, even though it's a movie about
It's probably
Transformers.
just someone made a little
It's a
bit too
movie.
much curvatures. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's probably what it was. We can't make these curves look right.
They couldn't figure out which car they could get a free. Oh, shout out to all the deals, the close-ups on the GMC car, or
Oh
like
my god, I forgot about that. Like literally, like when Bumblebee transforms or when Bumblebee changes, when Megan Fox is like, "Oh, you this what? If he could be any car, why would he be this garbage car?" And then Bumblebee
also
jumps out, goes scans a Camaro, and then comes back, and it's like full on ad, dun dun dun. I'm
yeah,
like, yo, what are we
all he did
doing
was
here?
get a tune-up, and also literally, um, that was a terrible scene because he literally lets them out
In the middle of the street,
in the middle of the street without letting anybity know that hey, I'm about to just drop
no,
some
dumb
kids off right in this tunnel
like cars aren't driving at car speeds.
at 60 miles an hour or 50 to 60. Like even 40 can still kill someone. Actually 25 miles per hour is still fast. So like
Yeah,
to be on like a tunnel highway and driving at that speed and for him to just like do a full burnout and spin
yep,
around and then I'm like Bumblebee, there was no reason for this. You almost
nope.
killed our two main characters for no reason. Um,
Oh,
I
it's
did
horrible.
watch some of the decisions that robots were doing was kind of wild. I will agree that if you do take out the backyard scene, but you know what they could have done? Just took Optimus Prime out of that scene. Op-
No, just take the
no, no,
whole
no,
scene out. Take
no,
that
no.
whole
Hear me
that
out. Hear
whole
me out. Hear me
scene
out. Hear
out.
me out. If you take Optimus out of the scene, you still get all the tomfoolery, but then Optimus comes back and goes, "What are you guys doing? We have to be quiet so he can find the glasses." Because then Optimus shows that he's the serious one,
That's
and
fair.
everyone else is just goofy as shit.
That's fair. That would work a little bit better. The Optimus is the one that reins everybody in because he's the leader.
Yeah,
That's fair. But you still don't. That would be a better scene than what we got. I'll give you that.
yeah,
But I still don't think you need it. Either it could have been other ways to show some actual personalities, these robots,
yeah.
which they
Because
don't really even do other than the intro when you get the machine guy or the arms guy
yeah,
and Jazz with his most cracking bitches and
Ironhead, Ratchet, and Jazz. So Jazz is doing the beatbox stuff and then going like, "Yeah, what's up, man?" And then
we gonna let him do
Ratchet's,
that to Bumblebee Optimus? We gonna let him hold the homie down? Nah, son.
"Nah, son, dum it was you should have just started rapping for no reason. No, I think
Anyway, man. Okay.
yeah. Overall, I think I enjoyed the film. It definitely
Oh yeah,
was
overall I
long.
enjoyed it.
It
I might
definitely
talk,
was.
but overall I enjoyed it. It's too long. Yeah.
It's you know what, but that's the thing with these Transformer films is that like it lets you turn your brain off for like a day and just watch explosions and people running around. And I
The
think
second one is 230. What is the second one's 230? The third one is two. They're all 230. Oh my
yeah,
god.
I'm actually scared
245 for the fourth one.
when they switched from when they lose Megan Fox and he falls in love with like a British girl, and then
Oh
there's
yeah, 'cause
them
that's when they had that falling out.
yeah, and then Mark Wahlberg comes into it, and I'm like, oh,
Oh my, there's a whole statutory rape joke for most of that movie,
for
yo.
which one?
The first Mark Wahlberg one. The dude has his daughter's boyfriend has a laminated card saying that he's okay to date this underage girl. We'll get there.
Okay,
Unfortunately, we've
that
signed
would
up
be
for
a
this.
fix as well.
God no,
Anyways,
Michael Bay has some problems.
yeah. There's a you know what? Sometimes
It's some
explosions
problems.
do not save interesting
Ooh,
stylistic choices. I will say overall, this is a fun watch. It's a great establishing movie.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Racism and all.
yeah, I mean honestly, like when like this is like people were worried because a lot of times when you get like classic favorites, right? Like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or something like that, you don't know
Awesome.
how modernized it's gonna look.
Sure.
And Transformers is tough because
And
it's like
like I said earlier, they hid the Transformers until the movie came out, and
yeah.
then I think that's when they started dropping trailers so you could see them and stuff like that. But I remember not having any idea what these things would look like until I was in my seat,
And
and
I
I
didn't
was
know
like,
Bumblebee
"Oh
was
wow,
gonna be that good. Like I thought,
yeah." See, I remember being mad at first because like I didn't like I said I wasn't a huge Transformers fan, but I did watch the show a little bit. I remember Hot Shot was like the yellow Transformer that they had, and I was like, "You replaced Hot Shot because he was my favorite for some I don't even
mm,
remember why. I just know
just
Hot
because
Shot
of
was
the
my
name.
favorite."
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's
And
like
I was, you replaced
Cheetor. I
Hot
was
Shot
like, he's
with
a
this old
cheetah. He's
dude?
cool.
True. But I remember being like, you can play Hot Shot with this Bumblebee dude, man. I don't. He doesn't even talk. I remember being upset, but then
Yeah.
liking Bumblebee a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like if you look at like the designs of the characters, like whoever was part of the direct art direction of this movie, fantastic. The
Mm,
Transformers look so good. In fact, I think they look better here than they do in some of the older films because they kind of get a little bit lazier. Where,
yeah, and my thing is just like I said earlier, is like a lot of them when they're in their humanoid form or whatever, they're not specific enough. They're
yeah,
a lot of them look very similar, but they look good in general. But like they could have gotten a little bit more specific so I could know this one rather than just looking like these grayed out machine
yeah,
cyborg things. But I mean, CGI wise, technically wise, they look good. I just wish they were a little bit more individualistic.
yeah.
That's not even
That
a
makes
word.
sense. No, and then honestly, the films as they progress, the robots start to become more and more stylistic,
Yes,
as to
well,
what they are.
yeah, I guess we'll see. I can't wait to get to the end and rate these movies in order. Oh, do you want to do that? Let's do
Oh,
that.
you
I
want to
say
do a
we do.
tier list? We'll
And
do it.
yeah, we'll
Hey,
do it.
we
Which
can do
ones?
a
Yeah.
joint tier list. I'll go and try to pull up a screen and add another little screen for us to uh like show which list we're doing, or I'll just edit in the tier list on top of it. Put our
Yeah.
stuff aside.
Are we? I mean, we don't necessarily have to do like a joint one. Just make what you think. And you was your rating list. Your tier list versus my tier list. See what it looks like. But or we could do a
Yeah,
joint one. Whatever. Whatever
we can
works.
do a together tier list thing and just have a little debate.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. I'll
Which
figure. It.
Transformers were your favorite? This one because
Right now,
Optimus.
I'm gonna say Bumblebee might be up there. If I remember correctly, Bumblebee
Oh,
was
you mean robot wise? I thought you meant like Transformers in terms of
no no no
movies.
no 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 no. I'm talking about like the Bumblebee movie, the movie called Bumblebee.
Oh,
'Cause that one, if I remember correctly, was really good. But it got slept on because people were tired of Transformers at that point. So then not
yeah.
that many people wanted to go see it. But if I remember correctly, Bumblebee was solid.
I'll check it out.
Um, well, yeah, we'll get there. We got a long way to go, but
I
we'll
think
get there.
the rise of
Rise of the Beast, that one was
Rise of
good.
the Beast. That one was fun because when the Bumblebee like goes off, he's killing a lot of things. He's like doing cool stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I didn't know that you could do this because usually you
Yeah,
get taken out the game early after you've saved everybody.
yeah,
You know what?
yeah,
That's the one thing I will say about the Transformer movies that always have annoyed me. Autobots usually stink, and the Decepticons are usually like threats, in which
yeah,
Optimus has to beat almost all of them. And it's
yeah.
like,
Most of them.
and this is probably me from not watching all the films, so I could be just wrong. But for me, it always feels like if Optimus is not there, the chances of them winning is like 36, like 30-70. As soon as Optimus is there,
Oh, yeah.
it's like 70-30 Autobot side.
I mean, because you have that whole, I forget which one it is, but it's one of them where I think it's the one where he's fighting in the woods where he turns quote unquote evil and the Autobots have to be by themselves and they don't do anything without him. If I
Yeah.
remember correctly. Which this is nothing to do with anything. But yeah, you know who voiced Megatron?
Hmm.
Hugo Weaving.
Ha,
Little
isn't
FYI for you.
isn't that a freaking
Mr. Anderson.
yeah? That's wild.
Yeah.
That's yeah. There, I will say this. The amount of people that they
Popping in
were
these
able to.
movies.
Yeah, this is on some like
I mean, Anthony
Avengers.
Hopkins comes in at some point.
Yeah, he was in there for like a
He was,
weird.
I think he ends up playing like one of the Knights of the Round Table or something like that. I forget. But
It's
movie
there.
this lore gets wild, I think, at some point.
I wouldn't have been surprised if Samuel Jackson showed up.
Eric
That's
Carmichael pops up at some point. Mark
Jesus.
Wahlberg, like we said.
Yeah.
What's the name of that guy from Silicon Valley? I can't think of his name. The guy that they called a bomb threat on a train at one point.
Oh, the guy who
TJ
lost his
Miller.
career.
Yeah, TJ Miller with
Yeah.
the crazy brain tumor or something that makes him. Anyway,
Jesus.
we'll get into all that whenever we get there.
All right.
But
Well,
yeah. I mean, I don't know what the next movie we're gonna do is per se. It might end up being Transformers 2. Something else might come out in theaters or something like that. But for now, um, tentatively the next one on the schedule is Transformers 2, unless
yeah.
something comes up in between.
Nah. Oh, that's true. I mean, we could always have doomsday by the time we actually go and get another movie out.
I don't know about that far.
Sorry, guys.
Like,
Came back
you know,
3 years later. We had to build our own robot beforehand.
because you never know, man. We might do him or something. Have you seen him?
Not yet.
Ooh, I gotta see it sometime soon.
I want to
I
see it
haven't
because
seen it.
it's a Jordan Peele. There's a lot of good movies.
Well, he produced it. He didn't direct it or write it or anything like that. He just produced it. Which,
Oh,
yeah, see, that's the thing. Don't let the marketing get you, bro. He didn't write or direct this movie.
it feels very much like something he would have been done though. He
Yeah,
probably had some type of touch on it because there's no way that.
maybe. I've heard mixed reviews about it so far.
That's unfortunate.
We had to do the John Wick series at one point too, man.
Yeah,
But yeah, that'll be way down the line because I
John
literally
Wick's
just
tough.
watched all of I
Yeah,
just watched all of them recently,
I'll
and I
say
had a good time. I had a great time. I
the
will
thing
say
with
that.
John Wick is that okay. I'm gonna say something that's gonna be very controversial. Keanu Reeves has been on like a little bit of like a fire like ending. He's on like the opposite like a Nick Cage run where like people like Nick Cage for the goofiness. People are liking Keanu because he's just become like this entity of acting where it's Keanu Reeves, but he's not being treated like a Sylvester Stallone or something where it's like
Yeah,
he's like an action hero but not considered an action hero. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
He's just like, no, this is Keanu. This just him. Um, and like he's just so well respected, but he's not like cheesy, but he's very cheesy in the way
yeah.
that he's act. Um,
It's very interesting the career he's carved out for himself at this point.
I will say flat out that the John Wick series, because I played Cyberpunk, I prefer snarky Keanu than like
Oh,
assassin Keanu, where he's just like, I think I'm gonna eat some sausage. You know, like I just don't like. It's like, John, are you back? I'm thinking I'm back. You know, it's I'm like, okay, Keanu
I
is
love
in.
it though. It's fair,
Yeah,
but it made me laugh.
but like Keanu Reeves as Johnny Silverhand is fantastic. Like if he could reprise that role in real life, just him doing a live action cyberpunk. Oh my god.
Then-
If you have you been cyberpunk?
No, I mean it.
Oh,
I don't know where I am. I'm somewhere trying to save the president.
oh yeah. That's dude, that game is crazy because of the cinematics that come out of nowhere.
I will say that, yeah. That's fair.
There was a part there there's like, hey, you're going to this event and there's gonna be a performance. And you're like, okay, whatever. That means that like you're not really gonna watch it, you're just gonna go and talk to people. No, you sit there and watch the performance. You're like, this is
Yeah,
crazy. That's a great
yeah,
game. Um,
it's decent. But
yeah.
yeah, man. Until next time, man. We'll see y'all peeps. Later.
Transformers, or that means to fly.
With the Linkin Park at the end, of course.
Yeah.
I want to see. I
Also,
want to hear these end of Linkin Park songs.
before anyone leaves a comment about this, we are not going to touch Teenage Ninja Turtles. I was very
Or not.
not yet, not for a
Oh,
while,
not.
like ever.
Yeah, yeah. At some point, I
Nah,
don't.
I don't want to
Why? Why? Why?
because they did some dirty stuff to the people who played the Teenage Ninja Turtles, including Jack Reacher, um, because they didn't pay them properly.
Really?
Yeah, they like there's a thing with Jack Reacher talking
Voices
about.
instead of like the suit, so then they paid him differently.
Well, they tried not to credit them for their roles. Um, yeah,
Wow.
and they kind of lied about how they were gonna go and treat the turtles, and then they switched the direction of the film, even though the turtles were like the most important part of the film. Um,
Wow.
and I think it applied to like the second movie as well, of just how they did things, which was unfortunate because like if you needed to look at how to properly do something,
Oh wow.
Transformers was it. Yeah, it was grimy. I read that and I was like, oh, that's messed up. Like we might do it just to go and talk about some of the back behind the scenes stuff, but like it's there's sometimes it's wild that you can take beloved franchises, like even the GI Joe films are good, um, or enjoyable. I should say enjoyable rather than good. But there's this thing that happens where depending on who's making the film or which company executive is trying to make money off the film, you can like completely ruin a franchise quick with the quickness.
Yeah.
I think Transformers only really works because of the fact that you had Shia LaBeouf, that a lot of the kids that were coming off of holes in that like Shyla craze got to like really
Mm.
experience the kitty giddiness of like, oh, I got a cool car and a hot girlfriend, and like, living vicariously through Shyla, being like, I like Transformers, guys. I don't know.
Yeah, I wish Megan Fox had a little bit more agency in this movie, maybe
I thought you were about to say more
rather
booty.
than
I
just
was
be.
like, this.
No.
I wish Megan Fox had more booty, man. She had no booty.
Rather than treating her like a piece of meat or something, bro. But nah, man. That's crazy.
Snap cut to me treating her like a piece of meat. Hey, Jennifer's Body was a great film. Shout out to Megan Fox.
Oh, I actually really do need to see that. I heard it was actually really good.
Oh, yeah. Megan Fox did a
Because I
great job
remember
in that.
I remember thinking it was something different when it was coming out, but apparently it's a lot different than wait, Jennifer's Body? That's the one with Megan Fox, right?
Yeah,
Not I Spit on Your Grave. Okay, yeah. I'm getting the movies mixed up.
Megan Fox has some good discography of movies. She's actually pretty fun to watch.
She's alright.
No, I mean like in terms of like, okay, I'm really going off of Jennifer's Body because the way she
See, that's what I
acts.
haven't seen. I haven't seen that because a lot of her roles, she's fine in a lot of her roles.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say she's great,
no, no,
but
no,
she's fine in a lot of her. I'll
no.
say that.
There's not a time where you're just like, yo, I watched Megan Fox and I started
Granted,
crying because she really tugged on the heartstrings.
right. Granted, most of what I've seen her in is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Transformers. So I mean, it's not the best acting. If you're trying to be like an actor, that's not the best movie to go to for that. It's just a blockbuster hit.
You know
But
what? We're gonna have to put this is also a side note. This is gonna be the last bit before we go and close out, guys. Thank you everyone for listening. Uh, Devil All the Time with Tom Holland and Robert Pattinson. I think we should talk about that movie sometime. It's them like out in the southern bayou. You ever heard of it?
no, I've seen the movie.
You seen it?
I remember
You don't
because
like
one
it?
of them, because something happens to his sister, and he tries to kill the priest that messed with his sister. it's a, it's
What you
a,
did to my
a
sister, I'm gonna kill you. Don't
yeah.
you ever touch my
It was a good movie.
sister.
Don't get me wrong. It was a good movie. It's just
No,
it's
I'm just
heavy.
I loved it was heavy, and I also just loved Tom Holland being like the main character, but also like the kid who's like a little deranged.
Have you seen Cherry or Red or whatever it's called? The movie where he's like some military dude with PTSD
I know
and
what
like
you're
Rob.
talking about. I was super curious about watching that.
You should check it out. It's not
Yeah,
bad. It's pretty
war
good,
films are
especially if you.
tough.
Yeah, but it doesn't focus too much on the war as much as the PTSD and life crash that he has after the fact, where
Yeah.
like he's getting into drugs and like robbing bank, trying to rob a bank or something like that. I forget.
Well,
It's been
that
a while since
one.
I've seen it, but
So
it was
like
interesting.
that movie is crazy, Jarhead, and then there's one with Jake Gyllenhaal and Tobey
Jarhead.
Maguire.
Oh, brothers.
Yeah, the brothers that like the guy comes back and
Yeah,
he's
because
like
they think he's because they're brothers. They think he's dead, but then Jake Gyllenhaal like falls in love with his wife while he's dead,
yeah,
and they find he's alive, and he comes back, and this is awkward, the most awkward dinner you've ever seen.
yeah, because he's like back, but he's like messed up horribly from PTSD, so he's not the same person he was. The
Mind
wife
you,
is
his
in love.
wife and brother have fallen in love with each other.
Yeah, and then he just is like, I'm just gonna kill my. I was like,
Is
yo,
Kills at the end of the movie?
um, I think he tries. I think he
Oh,
definitely tries, and they just.
it's been a
I mean, like,
while.
I'll be real with you. Like, there's certain times where it's like there's an anime called Erased, and this is a spoiler because we're not gonna do anime reviews here. Um, I don't want to subject anybody to that, but now the main character like is like in a coma, and he spends all of his time trying to save this person. Only like wake up from the coma and find out like she's moved on after he
Mm.
like saved her, and I'm just like, for real? Like this is it? Like y'all just gonna be like, no, no, no. She's so happy that you spent all your time trying to save her, but when you were in a coma for 10 years, she fell in love, got married, and got pregnant. And you're just like, wow.
Yeah.
The main character got nothing. You got a slap on the back and a warm ramen dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like that's it. Like congratulations
Yeah.
on waking up from your coma. Here's some ramen. Thanks for saving my life. Anyways, Transformers, crazy.
Yeah, man.
Just like this album review, it was more than meets the eye. Best part is said album review.
You know what's funny though is because I was planning on trying to do work because I just found those voice cues. I was planning on trying to work that in and throw that in, and you did it for me. That was perfect.
Hey, no, that was That was perfect. That's gonna be
That's
part
why
of the
I have my hand on the button because I was like, "Ooh, this." I'm trying to work in that Transformers thing. And you did it for me, man. So thank you,
Hey, shout out
thank you.
to all the soundboards. Yeah, next time we're gonna do Transformers 2, I think it's called Transformers
Yeah,
2.
as of right now, yeah, that's the next one
Yeah.
up, man.
Um,
Which actually, you know what? Because yeah, I'll probably watch that next weekend. I think I got the house to myself. Yeah, I'm gonna throw a little Transformers watch party or something, bro.
put some butter on the popcorn, put some incense candles on, put a shovel next to you so you get ready for some Shyla specialties.
A shovel? Oh, holes.
Holes,
Okay,
yeah.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Anyway, on that note, I'm out.
Hey, good guy. Deuces.